Welcome back, everybody. Today's horror story is going to be about the Chicago Tylenol murders of 1982. The Chicago Tylenol murders were a series of poisoning deaths resulting from drug tampering in the Chicago metropolitan area in 1982. The victims have all taken Tylenol branded acetaminophen capsules that had been laced with potassium cyanide. A total of 7 people died in the original poisonings, with several more deaths in subsequent copycat crimes. To date, no suspect has been charged or convicted of the poisonings. New York City resident James William Lewis was convicted of extortion for sending a letter to Tylenol's manufacturer. Johnson & Johnson then took responsibility for the deaths and demanded $1 million to stop them, but evidence trying Lewis to the actual poisoning never emerged. The incidents led to reforms in the packaging of over-the-counter substances and to federal anti-tampering laws. The action of Johnson & Johnson to reduce deaths and warn the public of poisoning risks have been widely praised as an exemplary public relations response to such a crisis. And now, let's get on to the incidents. On September 29, 1982, Mary Kellerman of Elk Grove Village, Illinois, died after taking a capsule of extra-strength Tylenol. Adam Janus of Arlington Heights died in the hospital later that day after ingesting Tylenol. His brother Stanley and sister-in-law Teresa of Leslie later also died after taking Tylenol from the same bottle that he took it from. Within the next few days, Mary McFarland of Elmhurst, Paula Prince of Chicago, and Mary Reiner of Winfield all died in similar incidents. Once it was realized that all those people had recently taken the Tylenol, tests were quickly carried out, which soon revealed cyanide present in the capsules. Warnings were then issued via the media and patrols using loudspeakers, warning residents of the Chicago metropolitan area to discontinue use of the Tylenol products. The tainted capsules were found to have been manufactured with 2 different locations, Pennsylvania and Texas, suggesting that the capsules were tampered with after the product had been placed in the store shelves for sale. The police hypothesized that someone had taken bottles off shelves in local stores in the Chicago area, placed potassium cyanide in some of the capsules, and then placed the packages back on the store shelves to be purchased by unknown customers. In addition to the 5 bottles that led to the victim's death, a few others contained bottles were later discovered in the Chicago area. In an effort to reassure the public, Johnson & Johnson, the manufacturer of Tylenol, distributed warnings to hospitals and distributors and halted Tylenol's production in advertising. After other incidents like strychnine added to Tylenol bottles in California, a nationwide recall of Tylenol products was issued on October 5th, 1982. An estimated 31 million bottles were in circulation with a retail value of over US $100 million, which is equivalent to $268 million in 2022. The company also advertised in the national media for individuals not to consume any of its products that contain acetaminophen after it was determined that only these capsules had been tampered with by Johnson & Johnson, which also offered to exchange all Tylenol capsules already purchased by the public for solid tablets. And last but not least, pharmaceutical changes. The 1982 incident inspired the pharmaceutical, food, and consumer product industries to develop tamper-resistant packaging, such as induction seals and improved quality control methods. Moreover, product tampering was made a federal crime, as it should be. The new laws resulted in Stella Nichols' conviction in the Excedrin tampering case, for which she was sentenced to 90 years in prison. And this was in 1982. You do the math. Is she still in jail? Additionally, the incident prompted the pharmaceutical industry to move away from the capsules, which were easy to contaminate as a foreign substance, could be placed inside without obvious signs of tampering. Within the year, the FDA introduced more stringent regulations to avoid product tampering. This led to the eventual replacement of the capsule with a solid caplet and a tablet made in the shape of a capsule as a drug delivery form, with the addition of tamper evidence, safety-sealed bottles of many sorts. 1982 Halloween. This ties in with the Tylenol. While poison candy began given out to trick-or-treaters at Halloween as vanished and rare, the Tylenol incident, which unfolded across October 1982, raised renewed fears of it. Some communities discouraged trick-or-treating after Halloween, and American grocery stores reported that candy sales were down more than 20%. If you ask me, I think those kids would have been happier without candy. Have you checked your prescription yet?